Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Welcome back to FutureCron, where I give my psychic insights into just about everything. First, a big thank you to my supporters who've reached out asking for more political and global news predictions. With Trump stepping into the White House, we're certainly in store for loads of entertainment. And of course, disinformation that we can pick through right here. Recently, someone left a comment saying, "Sorry, your predictions are wrong. You said Trump won't be president and Kamala would." Let me be perfectly clear. First off, I never, ever, ever said Kamala would win. Period. You just heard what you want to hear. Now let's dig into the real details. Back in 2018, not a single psychic or prophet was predicting a black female presidential candidate for the Dems in 2024. In all fairness, I thought we'd see Michelle Obama step in. She's an obvious candidate, and the Obama machine knows how to run a good campaign. Plus, over the last year or so, there were many rumors that she would run, confirming my theory back in 2018. Right up until the 2024 DNC convention, no one was predicting Joe Biden would step aside, but I kept saying, they're gonna replace him. The obvious choice was Michelle. The Dems made a major misstep with Kamala. She was a weak candidate. If you watched my pre-convention video about the dynamics behind the scenes, you would have understood that there were several warring parties vying for their candidate. As I noted in that video, the Obamas had already formed an alliance with Nancy Pelosi, and they had agreed that Gavin Newsom, Nancy's nephew, would be her vice president. But ultimately, it was the George Soros faction, closely tied to Bill and Hillary, that won out with Kamala as their pick.
Nancy Pelosi hasn't spoken to Biden since after the coup, and that'll continue. After she told the New York Times, had the president gotten out sooner, there may have been other candidates in the race.
We now know that this choice wasn't what the Biden team wanted, and fake Joe, as opposed to the real nonverbal Joe, has done everything possible to throw Kamala under the bus. As I noted on my blog at futurecron.com, Trump really dodged a bullet when Michelle Obama did not step in. The Obamas know how to run a campaign, and I bet you anything those battleground states would have been in play for the Democrat Party. Instead, Trump won nearly all of them. Now here's an interesting twist. What if the real Joe isn't running things right now as I've suggested? After all, the Dems have felt so strongly that he's not mentally fit to run again for president that they've actually orchestrated a coup d'etat to remove him. I've never been one for body double theories. If you watched my predictions about Princess Kate, you know I wasn't buying into the theories that she had been replaced with a body double. And now that she's back out in public, as I had predicted, it's clear she's her same old self. Not so with old Joe. Check out my video about the man where I point to some obvious differences in his physique. But if you study a broader collection of videos and photos, you'll see that there are even more differences there that should be raising eyebrows. If in fact they are using a body double, then technically Kamala's already the first female president. And if the real Joe is impeached or steps down, Kamala would officially be the first black female president. There would be no special ceremony or approvals required. If anything goes wrong with Joe, she's automatically by law the president. So yes, the Akashic Records gave me a pretty precise look at that possibility, and we're seeing it play out in an unexpected way. Don't forget that I've also predicted that the Obamas would be facing legal issues within the next 2 to 3 years. So we'll be watching for that. For those of you following me since 2016, you might remember I predicted a powerful figure who would rise from Texas, someone even more influential than the president. I called this area Texifornia. Fast forward to April 2023, long before Elon Musk endorsed Trump, and I updated that prediction, suggesting Elon might be the leader of that region by 2032. I'll link that video at the end. Check it out because I also spoke about the possibility of Trump facing an assassination attempt way before anyone else. Going forward, I have so many questions I'll be addressing, like what happened to Ivanka Trump? Why was she pushed into the background during this election cycle? Will she still run for president in 2028? What's next for Elon? What will happen around the world? Will the tyranny in the UK get worse? What about Putin and Russia? And oh, so much more. And I haven't forgotten my promise to look at the second coming of Jesus Christ. Here's a hint, though. It won't happen in our lifetime. I really have to thank the Akashic Records for giving me full access to their vast library of past and future events. If you're curious to learn more about the Akashic Records, join the community at futurecron.com, where members can download a sneak peek of my new book in progress, Effortless Akashic Records. I also post additional predictions, insights, and clarifications there. It's much faster and easier than putting together a full video. If you're still here, thanks for listening. If you've got an open mind, stick around. I think you're going to love what's coming next. And as always, drop your own predictions in the comments. I'm always open to hearing what others are thinking. Thanks for tuning in.